Welcome to Sib Spot. Today's Reddit stories and posts are from Choosing Beggars. Our first story today is by Jedi Bo Jedi Prime 29. Guy was starving, but not for food. I was at this big mall in the city with my sis a few weeks ago. We were sitting eating lunch and I was saying how I regretted getting fire at New York Fries since I'm not a fan. Then, poof, random choosing beggar appears. He walks up to our table and says, "Please, can you help me? I'm starving, very hungry. I have no money. Can you please help me out?" And I'm like, holy crap, a person who needs food and I have fries I don't want. Perfect trade. So I tell him, "Me, would you like my fries? I haven't touched them and I don't need them." Choosing beggar, No, not food. I'll take cash though." Me, no, sorry." Choosing beggar, "If you don't have cash, I can do card or credit." Both of us are kinda stunned, like, "Sir, WTF?" So my sis tells him no, and before we can return to lunch, a lady walks over with a hot dog and offers it to the guy, and he does his thing again. No, cash or card? I need cash or card." She offers him to get food, but he's also not interested. See him 5 minutes later with another lady who has agreed to buy him food, despite her family's "you shouldn't do that" look. We think we saw her take her card out in full view and the guy staring directly at the numbers on the card. Basically, she exposed it to him, but I can't be sure. So he basically won in the end. People will never learn. Never been approached by a beggar or panhandler in a mall before. I think they have security kick them out if they try. I have encountered them while walking down the street and also while driving before, but never at a mall. That's the first that I've heard of that. Of course, I'm not much of a mall person myself, not big on crowds. So I guess if I went more frequently, I might encounter somebody like that. Our next post is by S. Dill. Only $40. Here's somebody who has caps lock on permanently. "Been going through a lot financially, and my friend who is in the nursing field only sent me $40. Facepalm. Let's not forget she only have one child. I feel as she could have gave me more as a true friend, to be honest!" ! And what is that, an OK symbol? "But if it was her in my shoes, I would have did more knowing it's school time! ! But all loyalty is not the same." Just because they're in nursing does not mean they're rich, especially in today's economy. The price of a place to live, the price of food, you can make a lot of money and still be absolutely broke. And I highly doubt that this person in their shoes would have given them more. What do you expect them to pay your rent for the month because they're a nurse? Our next post is by Zara the Clown. Choosing beggar, quote, influencer, complains about not getting free Disney tickets. "I want to take all the kids to Disney this year. Someone in my DMs said they were going to sponsor it, but I haven't heard back from them. I done told these kids about it now and I have to deliver myself. If God's will, doors will open for me to bless them with all the heart desires. Can someone point me in the right direction for discounted tickets for a group trip? Thank y'all in advance." And they have a ton of hashtags. Hashtag Danny and Millie, hashtag neighborhood, hashtag niece, hashtag viral, hashtag stay positive, hashtag stay humble, hashtag viral page, hashtag stay prayed up, and hashtag repost. I don't know if that actually means that this is a repost or not. I haven't seen this one. And then she posted the private messages of this guy that DM'd her and said he was going to do it. Like she's going to shame him into giving her a Disney trip. "This is the guy who said he was going to do it." Shrug emoji. She says first, "Send us," with a little smiley face emoji. "Give me a weekend that y'all want to go and how many people so I can pay for it." "We want to go September 24th. September 20th is Millie and my younger daughter's birthday." "Okay, I'll set everything up. Y'all want to stay on the Disney compound?" "Yes. Are you serious?" "Yes, She initiated the conversation, trying to get him to send her to Disney for free. I don't even have to ask the question, but we all know whose fault it is that she got the idea in her head and then had to tell her kids that they're going to Disney. It's her fault, not his. Somebody can say, yeah, I'll look into it. I'll see how much it costs and we'll see if we can arrange it. You want to stay at this place? And she's like, cool. And then he falls through on it. That's her fault, not his. She asked. He said he would set it up. He sounded pretty positive that he could make it happen, but it doesn't always work out. So you should never tell your kids that you're going on a Disney trip until you have the tickets and the booking in hand. Regardless, you should also not be begging for trips for free from people. Definitely not a need, that is a want. Our next post is by User Does Not Exist 22. Needs a place to stay for free now, requires internet for gaming. Okay, so on my last post about asking people if anyone can take me in for a few months or so, it's not fake. I really do need help. My name is blank. I grew up in blank, but I moved to blank with my brother. Had a falling out and moved in with a coworker. Now the coworker's daughter needs a place to stay and I have to go, but I have nowhere to go that. I just need a place to stay that has internet so I can play a game and talk with my girlfriend. Once I get the job, I'll save up. I can pay for gas, rent, as long as it's not my whole check. As soon as I make enough to move, I'll be gone. If anyone needs proof that this is real or for me to prove that this isn't fake, my number is blank. My email is blank. I just need help. I'm a scared man with nowhere else to go. I'm willing to help and do chores as well. I'm not lazy. I just need internet. I will do anything to help and anything for a job and a place to stay. I'll work my butt off so I can get out of your hair as soon as possible. I'll clean, do chores. After I get this job, I'll come home, clean the house or anything. Take care of messes, do dishes, anything to not be a burden to you or anyone else in the house. If he went and stayed with his brother and had a falling out, what reason do you think he probably had for this falling out? He doesn't do what he said he'd do. He probably doesn't even try to get a job. I guarantee you he just games and talks to his girlfriend. So he moved in with his brother, had a falling out, moved in with a coworker who politely says that his daughter now needs a place to stay, so he's got to go. My guess here is that this guy just wants to game and talk to his girlfriend. Not seek a job, not clean up, not do anything. I can almost guarantee you that's why his previous 2 places of residence didn't work out. Our next post is by Yelly Kate. This has to be satire, right? Gardener wanted to transform my backyard. There is some rubbish removal, which, along with the contents of an old shed, will be removed at your expense, as I'm sure you will be well rewarded when bikes, etc. are sold by you. I need raised beds and compost put in so my wife can have a kitchen garden. She estimates a good week's work, maybe 8 days, which we will pay you £50. This, alongside all the money you could earn from the shed contents, is a very attractive package. No negotiations. My wife will also be in attendance to assist with any queries, etc. We may also have extra work if you can paint, but we'll need to prove yourself with this job first. Great Barrier area. Access through a gully 3 gardens down. Edit. You all moaning about wage, but you forget you can sell shed and contents. 8 days of work, and they're paying you £50. 8 days of work to do all this. And they want these raised garden beds put in. And he says you can sell the stuff that's in the shed, and the shed itself. For all you who are wondering, there is a picture of the shed and its contents. Any of you who are just listening, I am going to describe what's in there. We have a little bit of wood, like 3 panels. Most of them are broken. We have some plasticky shelf and 1 small flower pot on top of it. There are 2 bicycles, I think. It's kind of hard to tell, but it looks like there's 1 bike that's in ratty condition, and there's a tire to the right of it as well. There's 2 tires there. I'm not actually sure if it's 1 bike that's in pieces or if there's 2 bikes there. There's a half-used can of paint and some plastic containers, and there's a wheelbarrow with some rocks and water in it, and a hose. Nothing in this shed is worthwhile. Oh, there's a parasol too. An old, faded, green, probably broken parasol. Yeah, definitely not worth what he's trying to ask people to do. You have to remove this shed. You have to throw away anything that you don't want, which costs money to begin with anyway. If you're discarding stuff that's heavy, like some of these little bricks and stuff, there's a bucket of bricks there too. If you're discarding that stuff, that's heavy and that costs you money. It costs you way more than 50 pounds. So basically, they want somebody to come in and remove this all for free, and you can keep this stuff for 8 days of work. People are so entitled, it's crazy. Our stories for today have come to a close. Until we meet again, have a remarkable day.